Good morning, students. So we are going through the chapter improvement in food resources. In that I explained you animal husbandry in the last classes. Animal husbandry means the scientific management of livestock. Means the science which used to deal the feeding, breeding, proper disease control, and proper take care of the animals. So, in the animal farming, I explained you about the cattle farming, I explained you about the poultry farming. Today, I am going to explain you about the fish production. Fish production, you can also know this fruit production through the word the underwater agriculture. So, as we all know that protein, as fish is the cheapest source of animal protein for humans. And first thing that comes in mind in our mind that how could we capture the fishes. We can capture the fishes by two methods, that is capture fishing and culture fishing. As we know, the two types of fishes are there. First type of fish is the true fish, or you can say the finned fish, and the second type of fish is called as shellfish. Shellfish, like you can see the prawns, you can see the mollusks, these are called as shellfish. So now we are talking about can we culture those, how can we capture those fishes. We can capture those fishes by capture fishing method and culture fishing method. So, capture fishing method means method of obtaining fish from natural resources. So, it is undertaken both in inland as well as in marine water. Inland water means the fresh waters like ponds, rivers, the water found in the ponds, rivers, and whereas marine water, that is sea water definitely. So, capture fishing is method of obtaining fish from the natural resources by using the nets, fishing nets. No, that is the method of capture fishing. Next is culture fishing. So, in this method, the peoples or human beings used to culture the fish. So, obtaining fish from the farming, fish farming. This is also called as fish farming, or you can say it as a pisciculture. So, this is also used for obtaining the fish. Where basically, this culture fish farming method is mostly inland and near seashores. This method can be applied. So these two types of method, from by the help of these two type of method we can obtain the fish, that is capture fishing, and next is culture fishing, or you can say the fish farming. Okay, so next in this topic we are going to cover this food production, marine fisheries, inland fisheries, composite fish culture. So first I want to explain you about the marine fisheries. Marine fisheries means marine, the word itself telling that the fishes which are found in the deep under the sea water or in the sea. So see, the marine fish resources in India include 7,500 kilometers of coastline and the deep seas beyond it. So marine fishes are caught using many kinds of fishing nets and from the fishing boats. As I told you, these marine fishes, these marine fisheries, or you can say these fishes can be caught by the help of fishing boats, and with the help of fishing boats, the fishermen used to spread out their fishing nets in the seas, and where they are getting a large amount of fishes from there for the commercial purposes. So, popular marine fisheries are pomfret, mackerel, tuna, sardines, and Bombay duck. These are the well-known marine fishes, and these all are having very high economic value for the commercial purposes. Now, the marine fishes of high economic values are, or they are very costly, are in the commercial areas are finned fishes. Finned fishes are, or you can say the finned fishes as true fishes like mullets, bhetki, and pearl spots. Shellfishes are prawns, mussels, oysters, seaweeds. Oysters are cultivated for the pearl they produce. Yield of fishes can be increased. These marine fisheries can be increased, or you can obtain more and more fishes from a proper area, or you can say the yield of these marine fisheries can be obtained by locating large schools of fish in an open area with the use of satellites and echo sounders. With the help of the fishermen used, or they used to set up the echo sounders and satellites where they are getting the signals of the fishes. See, suppose here the fishes are in a large amount. So with the help of satellites and echo sounders, they used to get the proper location where they can get the huge or more amount of fishes. So they use this method for obtaining more and more fishes in marine fisheries. So next, I just want to explain you a term, mariculture. What do you mean by mariculture? So now students, I will explain you about mariculture. Mariculture means when these marine fishes get depleted after some time. More and more amount of food is being obtained from the marine water bodies, and a time comes when the number of fishes get depleted. At that time, we can use this mariculture. This is as marine fish stocks get further depleted, the demand from more fish can only be met by the culture fisheries. This practice is called as mariculture. Then the fisherman used to culture the fish. So that is known as mariculture. Okay. So the marine fishes are cultivated in the coastal waters of India on commercial basis, and the fishes includes the millets, vetki, eel, milkfish, etc. So this is about the mariculture. So I explained you about this marine fishes or marine fisheries. And I also told you that some fishes are of very high economic value, that is meant for the commercial purposes. So after a time come that the number of fishes get lesser in number, then the fishermen can culture the fishes that for fulfilling the necessity of more fish. So they used to culture the fish, and that culture of fish is called as mariculture. Okay. So I explained you about marine fisheries, I explained you about the mariculture. Now I will explain you about the inland fisheries. Inland fisheries means it includes fisheries in freshwater and brackish water. The fishes which are found, or the fishes which can be obtained from freshwater or brackish water. So freshwater reservoirs includes canals, ponds, reservoirs and rivers. From the fresh water, the fishes can be obtained. Whereas brackish water resources are those where sea water, fresh water mixed together. That are called as brackish water, where sea water and fresh water mixed together. Are example estuaries, lagoons. From there the fish can be obtained. So these are called as inland fisheries. So now the yield of capture fishing is not high in such inland water. Definitely, if we are obtaining fish from the sea, or as I explained you in the marine fisheries, there are more and more amount of fishes, and large amount of fishes can be obtained from the marine fisheries or obtained from the sea area. Obviously, compare as to the marine fisheries, the inland fish, the amount of fishes obtained from the inland fishing, or you can say the number of fishes obtained from the inland fisheries is low. So thus the most fish production from these resources is done through aquaculture. So when the peoples used to obtain the fish from the inland fisheries, they used to adapt a method that is called as aquaculture. What is, now all of you go through this term, what is aquaculture? Where the aquaculture, or you can say the fish culture, is done in combination with rice crops. Fishing is also there, and cultivation of rice crops are also there, because both needs more and more amount of water. So see, in this paddy crops gets ample of water, or you can say the more amount of water, as well the fishes also get their food, and fishes can, so from this we can obtain the fishes also, and we can get the rice also. So this is called, so in this fish culture is done in the combination with rice crops and rice crops, so we are getting the both. So now I think you all get through the term what is the marine fishes. obtained from the seawater. After that, mariculture, when the amount of marine fishes stock get further depleted, the fishermen employ the method of mariculture, or you can say the culture of fishes, for obtaining more and more amount of fishes for commercial purposes. After I explain you about the inland fisheries. Inland fisheries means the fishes which can be obtained from the fresh water or from the brackish water. Next, I will explain you about composite fish culture. So the next topic is composite fish culture. So students, composite fish culture is also called as polyculture. Basically, if the fisherman's using the monoculture method, monoculture means, the name itself says, mono means single, poly means multi. So fish production by cultivating a single species, that is called as monoculture, gives very low yield and demands higher cost. Definitely the production is very low and it's also demands of higher cost. So in composite fish culture, composite fish culture is more beneficial. Composite fish culture is also called as polyculture. So what happened in composite fish culture? 5 to 6 varieties or 5 to 6 fish species, different kinds of fish, 5 to 6 different type of species of fish are cultivated in a pond, in a single pond, having different food habits. Okay, students. Due to this, they do not compete for food with each other, thus helps in more intensive fish farming. What a fisherman used to do, in a pond, they used to say, you used to take 5 to 6 different varieties, or you can say the different species of this of the fishes, that they cannot compete for each other, compete for food with each other. They will not eat each other's food. Okay. So definitely they will not eat each other's food. They will not eat each other's also, because small fishes used to eat large fishes used to eat the small fishes also, no, sometimes. So but we are taking those fishes only which are having the different food habits with each other, that they can eat the different food, as well as they will not eat each other. Okay. So for this we will get more intensive fish farming. What are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of this composite fish culture? First we will see the advantages. In this composite fish culture, both local varieties also we can take, and as well as the foreign varieties also can. The both local and imported fish species can be used in a fish pond. One thing the fishermen used to keep in mind, that their food habits are different from each other. Okay. So both local and both imported varieties can be used. Second, due to different food habits, all the food in the pond is consumed by the fishes. Definitely, as I told you, the 5 to 6 varieties of species of fishes are there, and each and every are having the different food habits. So whatever the food is there in the pond is being consumed by all fishes. Third point is the fish yield from pond is high, as there is no competition of food. As I told you, they will not eat each other's food. The competition of food will be not there. Definitely, if they are taking the 5 to 6 different varieties of fishes, so some fishes used to live in the upper zone, or you can say some fishes are surface feeders, whereas some fishes are middle zone feeders, whereas some fishes used to live in a bottom area or deep in the pond. Okay, if we are taking the category of the fishes which are living in a different area, some fishes are living in the surface area, some fishes are living in a middle area, whereas some are living in a bottom area. So they will not eat each other's food. So see, you can see the example, the catla fish are the surface feeders. The catla are the surface feeders. Rohu is the middle zone feeder. Rohu feeds in the middle zone of the pond, whereas the mrigal and common carps are bottom feeders. Whereas the grass carp feeds on the weeds in the pond. Weeds means unwanted plant. So these unwanted plant also get eat up by the grass carps. Okay, so these are the three different species which even used to feed from the different surfaces of the pond, like top zone feeders, middle zone feeders, as well the bottom zone. Top zone feeders are catla, middle zone is rohu, whereas bottom is mrigel and common carps. And grass carp used to feed upon the weeds. Weeds are the unwanted plants. So last is the disadvantages. What are the disadvantages of this composite fish culture? You know, students, most of the fish used to breed during the monsoon season. This is one of the most drawback in this fishing culture, because obviously we get the fishes for the whole year, but they breed only during the monsoon season. So many of the fishes breed during monsoon season. That's one of the major problem of the fish farming. Is the lack of availability of good quality of seed. Good quality of seed means the young fishes or very small fishes or young fishes are called as fish seed. So to overcome this problem, fishes are bred in ponds using hormonal stimulation. The fishes used to give the hormones, or you can say the hormone stimulation is given to the seeds. It ensures the supply of pure fish seed in desired quantity. So by giving the fishes the hormone stimulation, by injecting them the hormones, we can get the pure fish seed in desired quantities for the whole year. This is the method to overcome with this problem. So today students, we read about the fish production, or you can say underwater agriculture. In this topic we read about the marine fisheries and land fisheries, and then mariculture, and then also we use the term aquaculture, and then composite fish culture. So all of you just revise all these topics again and just complete your notes. In the next class I will explain you about the beekeeping. Thank you for today's class.